Welcome to another episode from Inside Treasures. My name is Phoebus and I love to challenge myself and those around me for the purpose of growth. This podcast is about helping you to heal, to change, and to grow. By listening to this podcast series, you will learn how to find true connection with yourself, your loved ones, and the world around you. How to find peace and stillness and tranquility within you. How to let go of limiting behaviors and the weights of the past, allowing yourself to live freely in the present. In the previous episode, we talked about how we experience the world. In this episode, we have a hand-in-hand questionnaire to go with, along with a 4-step formula that can help us change the way we feel and the way we think and the way we experience the world. Before we jump into this, I'd like to refresh our memories with the model of how we experience the world. So in the previous episode, we talked about how we experience the world, a model that described a series of concentric circles. And we said on the outside we had the world that we all experience. And then we had the inside of how we experience the world, our sets of emotions, our thoughts, our desires, our beliefs. And we said that at the core of this model was the observer. And in between the inside and outside world, there was a lens, a filter, that affects how we see the world. And we said that we communicate with this world through our 5 senses, internal senses and external senses. Now that we covered the basics, we can go into and take that information and use it to improve our life. Now, before we start, this is an exercise where you get to write things. So get a piece of paper, get a pen, a pencil, whatever it is that you like, so you can be ready. Pause this recording, get ready. If you don't have the time right now, you're doing something else, you can listen to this and then come back and do the exercise, or just pause it and then you can do it later. In short though, we want to identify what is that upsets our internal world. What are the things that put us off balance? Are there certain things that I'm doing, that you're doing, that we're doing, that puts me off balance? What are the things that put you in balance? And then lastly, to use the system that's in place. Use the images, the thoughts, the emotions, the sounds. But why work on the negative? Why do I need to identify what's wrong? Because no matter how much positivity we get, no matter how much joy and love we can get, if we don't process what we call negative, we can't find freedom. We can sit and meditate for hours and find bliss and connect with ourselves, and then come back and have an argument with someone, and then go back into worrying and being anxious about life. Although it has been great, although it has improved moments of our life, although it has improved us overall as people, we have sort of wasted our time because we've missed the opportunity. I remember once I had a Reiki session, and the person I was having a Reiki session with, before the session, they were anxious. And she relaxed, and she was calm, and things were well, and she found peace, and she calmed down. But then coming out on the other end of that, the same anxieties, the same stress came over back again. And that is the idea I'm trying to portray. We can have the positive experience, but we don't deal with it before. We don't deal with it after. And we just keep regurgitating the same emotions. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, it was beneficial. But then we go back to what was. I'm going to put a PDF file with the questions up so you can download it, and then you can work it if you want to. That makes it easier. First question. What are the 3 to 5 things that put me out of balance? 3 to 5 things that put me out of balance. Is it someone that irritates me? Is it something that I do? Is it an addiction? Is it a weakness that I have? Is it receiving criticism? Is it whenever someone says something, I get upset? What is it? What are the things that put me out of balance? What am I feeling? What am I thinking at that time? What impact is that creating inside of me? How does that change the temperature of my internal experience? What am I actually trying to get to? What is it that I need? What is the positive intention behind this? how can I experience this positive intention right now? How can I give to myself what I need? Use the model. Is it, should I listen to something different? Basically, how can I change the way I feel and what do I want to feel? What do I want to experience in the world? What must I believe for this thing to keep happening? Has it been happening over and over? Can I do anything differently? Can I respond differently? Can I give it a different twist? What are the 3 to 5 things that put me in balance? What are they? Is it going for a walk? Is it spending time with my friends? Is it playing video games? What is it that does it for you? Is it meditating? Is it yoga? Is it boxing? Is it exercising? What is it that makes you feel great about yourself and about the world? What are 3 to 5 things that you know can make you feel great? Is it burning incense? Is it listening to music? They don't have to be huge things. Actually, the smaller, the better. Are there things you can do inside of you? Can you speak to yourself in a different way? So what am I feeling? What am I thinking? What impact is this creating in me? I'm listening to music. What impact? What internal emotions? What thoughts do I get when I'm listening to classical music, for example? If that's your thing. And that's making me feel happy. That's making me feel serene, peaceful. What are the emotions behind what's going on? Does it make me feel connected, grounded, happy, content? Can I remember someone spoke to me that made me feel good inside? Finding a moment when someone said something where you felt fantastic, where you felt grounded, where you felt relieved, where you felt relaxed. Can you remember that? The tone of their voice, what is it that they said, how they made you feel? Again, I'm going back to how we feel, how we think, how we feel, how we think. How you get to that, it doesn't matter. What is it that brings you joy? How can I feel more of this? Can I experience one of them right now, within a few moments? Find happiness as an experience. Find harmony in the chaos. List something that brings you joy and describe them. Just write a paragraph and do more of that over and over again. Whether it's a walk or a bath. And find out how you can incorporate all of these things into your life as often as you can to improve the quality of your life. Now, how can we swap from a negative to a positive? How can we move from the things that put us out of balance and use the things that put us in balance? You see the difference? You have 2 things. You get 2 control, 2 levers. At first is how am I feeling, being aware. Swapping from the negative to the positive. What is it that I want to experience more of? How can I change what I think and feel? What can I think and feel instead? Lastly, the 4-step formula to own our internal world. 4 steps are awareness, message, vision, action. Awareness, message, vision, action. So the first step is being aware in a non-judgmental way. Awareness. What am I feeling or thinking right now? What is it that I'm feeling or thinking right now? You can practice this any day, anytime. What am I feeling or thinking right now? What are my internal representations right now? That is awareness. Message. What is this telling me? What is the nugget of wisdom behind this? I'm experiencing something like anger or anxiety. Is this trying to tell me something? Is this telling me that perhaps I'm not putting my boundaries up? I'm not being assertive enough? I'm feeling anxious. Is this actually flagging something that makes me feel insecure? Why am I feeling like that? What does this have to tell me? What is the nugget of wisdom behind the experience? What is the end message? The next is your vision. What are you going to be? What would I like to think or feel instead? Now that I've received and accepted the message, what do I want to feel instead? What do I want to experience? What do I want to think? And then it's action. How can I think and feel that now? I've identified what I need to feel. How can I actually turn that into reality? Should I go out for a walk? Should I go and meditate? What are the good experiences that we were talking about earlier that can fit in here? For example, awareness. I find myself that something happened in my life and I feel out of sorts. Is there a positive message to this? Is there something that I can learn from this? Yes. Don't allow other people to upset me. What would I like to feel and think instead? What is my vision? I want to feel positive about myself. I want to feel loving towards others. Good. How can I do this? Maybe put something nice that will make me feel nice. Maybe have a bath. Maybe go for a walk. Maybe have a conversation with that person that upset me and actually resolve things. So that's the 4-step formula. Being aware, finding the message, finding a new vision and direction, and acting on it. In conclusion, now that we've understood the whole concept of the model of how we experience the world, the key is to build internal and external awareness. What is going on outside of us? What is going on within us? And how do we communicate with the world, between ourselves and the world and other people? How do things take place? If you can remember only one thing from the whole podcast, is that how can I change what I'm experiencing right now into something positive? And what can I learn from it? So in this episode, we talked about how we experience the world with a questionnaire that can help you discover things that put you off balance and how you can get yourself back in balance. Use the list of the things that you have of how to get back in balance and use them pretty much daily with purpose. Just take these things and do them. We can purposely make ourselves feel good, make ourselves think of nice things. And that's why by uncovering those key questions, those 3 to 5 things that can help you feel great and fantastic about yourself, when you put your attention to that, you will shift your awareness. You will shift the way you feel, you will shift the way you think, and inevitably you will shift the way you act. I hope you enjoyed this episode. You can download the questionnaire from InsideTreasures.com and look for How We Experience the World. Questionnaire is the part 2. Please share this podcast with anyone who you think might benefit. Until next time, let peace guide your life, love guide your heart, and reason guide your thoughts.